What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon. And today, we're asking the question, will mythical Pokemon be a thing in Gen 9 and going forward? And the answer may surprise you. Well, first off, what is a mythical Pokemon? A mythical Pokemon is a Pokemon that is technically a legendary, but it's in this other classification too, called a mythical Pokemon, where they are at least first distributed as an event. They're exceptionally rare, even more rare than legendary Pokemon. Some of these Pokemon are only obtainable by an event and cannot be obtained in a game. In recent games, starting with Oris, they have made them gradually become available in games. But again, most of the time, they are so elusive that they're just events. And in fact, because of that, they are banned from online tournaments and VGC and all that stuff because not many trainers have access to them. Now, the mythical Pokemon that we have so far are from Gen 1, Mew, from Gen 2, Celebi, from Gen 3, Jirachi and Deoxys. Gen 4 had Darkrai, Manaphy, Phione, Shaman, and Arceus. And then Gen 5 had Victini, Meloetta, Genesect, Keldeo. And then we had Gen 6, which had Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion. Then Gen 7, which had Magearna, Meltan and Melmetal, Zeraora, and Marshadow. And of course, Zarude is the most recent one in Gen 8. Now, Zarude is kind of my prime example for why mythical Pokemon may not be a thing going forward. Mythical Pokemon did two things for the franchise. For one, they were used to promote movies. All of these, or at least most of these Pokemon, were used to promote some kind of movie. They, usually are introduced for that movie. And they also, the second thing they do is they allow a game to get a new Pokemon in the middle of the gen. So, back in the old days, we didn't get Pokemon added in mid-generation. For example, Gen 3, we got the Hoenn Pokemon. That was it. And then they reveal, we also have Deoxys and Jirachi. And so they were added in. And it eventually became kind of irrelevant because people could data mine a game and see the mythical Pokemon of that generation before they were ever revealed. This, was the case with pretty much every mythical Pokemon. However, that changed with Zarude because now patches became much more common for games and much more readily available. And so the Pokemon Company was able to reveal Zarude, and it actually was a surprise. It wasn't in the coding for Sword and Shield, and so we genuinely didn't know what this Pokemon is. And then it was added in with the update for the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, or specifically the one for the Isle of Armor, which came first. Now, the issue is, one of those things that makes it special, it being added in mid-generation, kind of doesn't matter anymore. Pokemon just adds new Pokemon mid-generation now. Starting with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, where we saw the introduction of Blacephalon and Stakataka and Poipole and Naganadel, which were new Pokemon that were not mythicals, added in the middle of a generation. Sword and Shield, with their DLC, added in Cubfu, Urshifu, Calyrex, Glastrier, Spectrier, Regidrago, and Regieleki. All of these were added in mid-generation. Then we have Legends Arceus, which had Enamorus, Ursaluna, Overquill, Sneasler, Weirdeer, Basiligian, and Cleavor. All of these new Pokemon added in the middle of a generation. So that part of Mythicals is no longer relevant. It doesn't matter anymore. And if anything, in my opinion, there are others that will disagree, but in my opinion, it's less exciting to get a Mythical because I like to battle online. I like to do the ranked battles, and, I'd love to one day get involved in actual VGC tournaments. And you can't use Zarude in that. I can use Regidrago, Glastrier, those Pokemon in that. So I'm more excited to see these new Pokemon that aren't mythicals than I am the mythical. Now, the second thing are the movies. The mythical Pokemon promote the movies. Now, this is something that is valid and is a good use for a mythical Pokemon. But for one, we have not seen a movie since the Secrets of the Jungle movie, which was, or Pokemon Coco was what it was called in Japan, where it was the movie that had Zarude debut in it, and Zarude was kind of the poster Pokemon for that movie. We haven't had a movie since, so we don't know that there will even be another movie. I imagine there would be, but we haven't had any announcement of that. There was no movie last year in 2021, and usually a movie comes out in July, so it would have already been announced by now if there was one coming out this year. Now, there is always a chance that it was delayed to December, just like Zarude. Its movie was delayed until December. It was supposed to release in July, but was delayed because of the pandemic. So maybe now it is the norm that Pokemon movies will release in December. But even still, I just find it hard to believe that that's the case. I feel like they'd want to go back to their normal schedule with movies after the Zarude movie. And since they've had a year break in 2021, it would be easy to do that, I feel like. But it doesn't seem that that's the case. Also, to be honest, I feel like they would have already teased a new movie coming up if that was the case, because typically the end credits of the previous movie will tease the next one. Like, for example, the movie that came before The Secrets of the Jungle was the movie where it was like Mewtwo Strikes Back, but they redid it in CGI. It was terrible, guys. It was really bad. But ignoring that, we have at the end Pikachu sliding on these vines, which was a clear hint to the Secrets of the Jungle movie. We didn't get that after Secrets of the Jungle, so we don't know technically that Pokemon is going to continue doing movies, especially since they switched over to this alternate universe thing, and it's kind of controversial. Some people don't really care about it because they're like, it's an alternate universe, it's not even the main timeline, why would I care to watch this, Ash? I want to see, Ash's companions on there. People feel like the Sun and Moon companions and Go and Chloe were cheated out of getting a movie when all the other companions were involved in a movie. And they just, in my opinion too, are less interesting. I thought that I Choose You was nice because it kind of retold a story, and it was for the 20th anniversary of the anime, and it worked, but none of these others do, in my opinion. That said, they could always do another movie, but I feel like they don't have to do Mythical Pokemon to tie into it. Mythical Pokemon, again, are irrelevant to the games because they're just adding in Pokemon to begin with. So, for example, you could have, when we get DLC for Scarlet and Violet, the movie that comes out that year could have the Pokemon from that DLC featured as kind of the poster child of the movie. So, like, to use Galar, for example, they could have just done another movie and Calyrex be the star of it. And they reveal it alongside the reveal of Calyrex and the Crown Tundra and the Steeds. They could have easily done that. They don't need a mythical Pokemon to do that, since there's other Pokemon being patched into the game mid-generation. So there you have it, guys. There's the reason that we may not see mythical Pokemon appear in the future of the Pokemon franchise, beginning with Scarlet and Violet. Let me know what your thoughts on this are. Would you be upset if mythical Pokemon left, so long as the movies just used Pokemon patched in mid-generation? Would you be okay if they stopped doing mythicals but continued patching in Pokemon mid-generation? Like I said, personally, I don't mind it. I wouldn't really miss them. You can't really use them in the games when you're battling online or anything, so you kind of have to have friends to use them in battle. But, let me know what you think, and be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, because we do talk about all things Pokemon. And you know what? If we see any evidence of a mythical Pokemon incoming, we'll definitely be covering it here. Until next time, I will see all of you later.